He was like, let's just drop the lawsuit. We don't want them to be on the court and asked to be on the court to, get the final decision. And then your team member was saying like, that's not going to be good for your case, because when you put a lawsuit, you actually forecasting that yourself in a court in someday to get the decision,
Well, I want to thank you for coming on, and I wanted to just congratulate you on getting your case approved,
Yes. So I would like to thank you for helping me with this journey and everything.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for giving me a chance to help you.
The struggle was that like we are not getting any update at all. Like literally, like they're not even looking at his file, and we could see that the backlog is building up in the back. So he would take the decision, but then it comes to me for me to say the final word, yes or no. If I say yes, he's on board. If I say no, he's still on board. But then I have to, convince my dad and my mom that it's not going to be an issue for him to get the visa, even though if we do the lawsuit. But then initially it was really good. But then when, like a year point or so, when they said like we have to deal with it on the court, my dad wanted to drop the case. He was like, let's just drop the lawsuit. We don't want them to be on the court and asked to be on the court to, get the final decision. And then your team member was saying like, that's not going to be good for your case, because when you put a lawsuit, you actually forecasting that yourself in a court in someday to get the decision,
A lot of times when people are thinking about filing a lawsuit, they get scared because they think, well, if I file the lawsuit, they're just going to get mad at me and deny it. Did you have any of those thoughts?
We had actually, and that's something probably you were seeing in that email. You would see that multiple times we actually asked your team member that, is this something going to put us on their red list, that's saying that, oh, these guys,
right,
doing a lawsuit against us, let's give them some hard time. So even though it did not happen within a year or naturally, now you're going to court, and if you say like, we want to drop the lawsuit, it means if you drop the lawsuit before you go to court, it means that the reasoning that you were mentioning earlier to speed up your case, it was not genuine, because I have experience and I was able to convince my family. For different people, they always don't have someone in a different country where they can get convinced by, or they have a real life experience. So for me, it's easier for my family to convince. For other people, they probably have their parents in the state, and they are like my mom and dad. They would not have a older son or daughter where they can convince them, who had lived in state longer enough to know to pull the lawsuit is not going to impact anywhere in your life or in your case.
What's next for you?
So first thing first, it's been almost a month, right? Month and 5 days.
Month and 10-15 days.
Okay, month and a half. So he passed his driving test. Obviously, we live in New York, New York City. So he passed his driving test. I have a transportation business. I own a couple of yellow cab, and I want to put him through software engineering course. So I want him to pass his TLC, which is like a taxi license that he can work anytime he wants. Literally in the city, he can go in 2 o'clock in the early morning, and he can earn $200-300 and come home, and then he can go to your college or go to your online courses. So he's gonna do the TLC course soon for him to get the TLC license, which is taxi limousine license, and then he can drive one of my yellow cab on his spare time or whenever he is able to do so, and he can continue his study.
Well, this is fantastic, and I'm really glad that I was able to play a small role in your journey and in your success. And I love the smiles and the energy and the goals, and this is really inspiring stuff. So I want to thank you for giving me a chance to help you.
We really appreciate it, Josh. We were thinking like we're we're probably never gonna match you or like never gonna talk to you because we're always dealing with your staff. So, but when I saw the calendar invitation from your team member, I said, okay, let's meet Josh. It's
Beautiful.
with a bright smile on his face, which you have right now. So whenever you
Yeah.
work hard on someone cases, and if they get benefited out of it, you get a piece of satisfaction that you've done something in someone's life. Thank you.
I
Josh.
appreciate your help, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you.